Hey everyone, it's Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for stopping by and watching my video. So in this video, I am going to continue to work on March Project Life 2024, and I am doing it in a 6x8 style. So it's been quite an adventure to kind of figure out how I'm going to map out my various pages. And in this particular month, we had spring break plus Easter plus my son's birthday. So there is quite a few pages, and I thought that I would finish March in this video, but I am not going to finish March in this video. I just didn't want to make it too long, and that's just what I decided. So I am working on the second museum that we went to see or visit when we were on spring break, kind of for my son's birthday too. So I pulled out the Around Here kit, and I loved that really cool paper. I'm pretty sure it's a mixed media paper, and I decided to turn it into my title card. And I wanted some sort of phrase on the title card so that way it would pop a little bit, or like it just felt like it needed something for a title. So I grabbed a New to Me stamp set with big skinny phrases on it, and I picked Love This, cut it out, and then I'm going to adhere it to the 4x6. And I love how this turned out, because it not only works for a title piece for my project, but it really pops off of that paper, and it kind of directs your attention. Like, Love This could be for my son's photo right there. It could be for the family photo. It just goes together really nicely. I'm also using a scrapbook.com, I think they're called panoramic page protectors, but it has 3x4 on the side, and then you can flip it open and there's two more 3x4 slots. So it gives you that extra space. Now on the black Around Here, I wanted to add just a little bit of something to pull your eye down and kind of create a visual triangle between this particular page and the pocket page I'm going to do in a minute. And so in order to do that, I decided to use a scrap of the mixed media paper to mat the Here's the Story, and I think it turned out fantastic. I love it. This is coming together much better than I thought it would, because I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes when you document things that are like museums or, I don't know, projects that have a lot of photos, it feels like it can be hard to document them, and also the photos can be busy. So it's like, how can you document them without like adding too much, and also not make yourself overwhelmed with all the different photos? For me, my go-to is always a 2x2 page protector. So that's what I have on the back of the other museum that we saw. And then I will have 4 spaces to fill in. And I'm really loving like the ideas that I'm coming up with to use my supplies. I had another piece of that mixed media, like a little bit left. So I used that as a 2x2 pocket. And then I wanted to see if there was a way I could use these really colorful Around Here cards. I'd already used them for a weekly spread earlier in March, so now I'm going to try to use them as journaling cards. Like, how can I do that? I had picked out numbers that were not 1, 2, 3, so I went to the stamp set and stamped out 1, 2, 3, then quickly realized, wait a second, the sticker sheet in the kit has 1, 2, 3, and I was like, oh, that makes it so much easier, because I thought I was going to have to cut out all those numbers and then figure out a way to smush them onto the journaling cards. So there you go. I figured it out, and I was so excited when I saw the 1, 2, 3. And both kids at this point had stopped by to say hi. So you might see my daughter's fingers, and I think my son stopped by too, and he was drinking his protein shake. So you might see that in a minute. I decided to try another really fun little trick with my 1, 2, 3 cards, is cut them in various lengths. So I think 1 and 3 are the same size as far as having the white space. And then on the number 2 card, I left a little more white space. So I just changed the way that I trimmed them. And I love how that turned out. I felt like that was a really clever way to kind of distinguish each of the journaling cards and just make them different. And all I'm going to do is just do bullet points. That's the other thing with these projects that have a lot of pictures at a museum or a national park or, hike, whatever it is where there's a lot of photos. It can be overwhelming to be like, what do I journal about? Without sounding repetitive. So my trick is to talk about what the various exhibits were and or find the website and use that to help you fill in some of the details, like I did for the car museum, which was in my Project Life spread last week. So over on this Love This, I wanted to add a little bit more detail, kind of like an intro sentence or two about this whole project. So I took a leftover piece from the Around Here cards and I added it on top of the Love This and just moved my sticker that said Around Town. And I think it looks so good. I'm loving how this is coming together. And then of course I'll add the puffy stickers as well, just for a little extra dimension in the spread. Over on the museum sign, I put This Place. I felt like that was the best sticker choice. So over on the little title sentence, I just said our second museum, where it focuses on science and hands-on learning, and we got to go explore it, which was such a cool museum to go to. I mean, the kids are kind of getting older, and so sometimes these museums, we don't know kind of what age they're geared towards, and this one was geared for just about like my daughter's age and younger. So it was nice that it all worked out and they both enjoyed it. I think for me, the best part, or one of the best parts, was seeing all my people love to build with the Jenga-like blocks. They're not like Jenga, but they loved them, and that's why I had to include a bunch of photos on my panoramic page protector. And then another favorite part was when my big kids helped some little kids build a foam couch. Like, I just kept snapping pictures and taking little videos, and I included a few in the spread right here, just one, but it was so sweet, my big kids helping them out. And a third funny moment, down on the bottom left, you can see like my husband's head. He is literally pretending to be a salmon swimming upstream. It was hilarious. None of the kids wanted to try it. I think I tried it, but I couldn't get it to work. And then my husband was like, I'll try it. And it was the best. I think I got a video of that too. So priceless moment. All right, so this spread is done. I am going to put it into my page protector and the album and just show you real quick. And then I'll show you again at the end after I do this next spread. So this next spread is actually a weekly spread. I think that trying out 6x8 weekly spreads for Project Life is really fun. And a lot of the times I wind up not using page protectors. I like to go outside the page protectors and see what I can come up with. And I had originally had a page protector for the left-hand side, a 3x4 vertical pocket one, but at the last minute I changed a few things, so now it's just going to be paper. And I have 2 photos on the left and then 5 photos on the right-hand side. And this, again, like I said, is week 13, covers the last of March. And, that's what Project Life is, a hodgepodge of photos and then just using your supplies to bring them together. And again, I'm using the March Stories by the Month 2024 kit to bring it all together. I really love the vellum, and again, I'm trying to use the vellum in different ways. So I thought about, what if I could use that kind of paintbrush, paint stroke piece over on the bottom of the right-hand side page to just add a little emphasis and maybe like a title piece. And I had thought about using that in a different project, wound up not using it. So now I took those 2 paintbrush strokes, took the pieces, put one on the left, one on the right, and then a die cut in the middle, and it looks fantastic. You can't even tell that I had cut the paintbrush or the paint strokes apart, and it's just another different way to use vellum. So I am loving the different ways I can use vellum. And I am trying out stamping on vellum, so I will do that in just a little bit. I had one empty spot, and instead of filling it with like a vellum piece or journaling, I just used a piece of chipboard and one of the die cuts that said good times, and just cut off because it was good times in an oval journal shape, and so I just cut that off and just used the red piece. The only thing that stumped me was when I was trying to line up my photos. I had to get out my ruler because I really did want to try to line them up as best as I could, with the flower photo on the right and then my son with his new jersey on the left. And I think I got it mostly, like, I didn't include this in the video, but I was like standing over my project, tiptoes, trying to like make sure I had everything aligned. And I'm like, I think it is, you know, and after a minute or two, I'm like, okay, I just got to let it go. So I think for the most part, it is straight. And then over on the left-hand side, I used, again, that striped vellum, worked perfectly as kind of my title card, and I'm going to layer on some die cuts. And then I have a photo of me. I think I took that one on the first day of spring. It's silly, but not silly, because I mean, I am a memory keeper and I love taking photos. So this photo, I think it was like the first time that like the grass had been mowed at my work in a while. And for me, mowed grass totally means spring, and I actually like the smell. So I'd love to know, do you guys like the smell of mowed grass? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to know. I hope I'm not the only one. So over on the title card, I added a pink die cut, and I kind of blended it into where the pink stripe is, then pop dotted a circle that said 324 down in the bottom where the dark navy blue stripe is. So that photo of my daughter is actually a 0.5 zoom, and so that was my first gratitude, talking about how that trend is ridiculous. But in this case, and the only time it's ever worked is with my son getting this photo of his sister, and it's amazing. It's definitely a favorite photo of her, like, ever. And it's 0.5. So, I mean, I'm blown away that actually worked out. I said also in my journaling that the cats got their checkup. My daughter finds joy in Legos. My son finds joy in jerseys. And then spring is here with mailbox flowers, mowed grass, and warmer temperatures. So just using that gratitude card as a bullet point for the various photos that I have. And then I wanted to make sure that I added in the week. I added in the week, but I forgot to add in the dates, but I can do that later on. So I got out an alpha stamp that's for the WK, and then a number 1 for 13, and I will stamp over on the vellum on the right hand side just 2 little leaves and call it good and done. And I think after this, I put it into the album, and I'm going to show you guys where I'm at with my March album. I have 2 more projects that I'm going to share with you, and then I'll do a walkthrough. So this is the museum page. I'm sorry about the glare. I don't know why there is so much glare. And then in between that is my son's birthday and the week 13. Then I can do Easter and the last page for March. So March is almost finished. Very excited. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing these pages come together. I'd love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.